Hey, I don't usually video my way up to the water. I should have said it earlier, but I'm just out back of the house and there's a steep trail that goes up. And now, this is a great way to avoid the road for a good chunk. But I mentioned in other videos, I don't come this way going back because it's super steep and the trail is unstable. You know, with 18, 20 kilos of stuff in my back, I choose to walk the road. But oh my god, it sure is nice. And here we're coming into this other part of the village, which it's interesting because when I go by the road, it feels, it's not far of course, but it feels like a bit of a distance, you know. It takes 10 minutes to walk. But coming off the back way, it just feels like my next door neighbors, which is exactly what they are. Anyway, it's awesome. And this is a house that's not lived in, and whoever lived here before made these enclosures, probably for birds of various kinds and stuff. You can see there's some chickens right down there. You can see that right in the middle. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Anyway, off to water. Wow, that is a big worm. Whew. It's like a foot long. I thought it was one of those giant centipedes at first glance, but of course it's not. Ooh, nice. I almost stepped on it, but I didn't. Okay, looks like I'm doing a couple videos going up. I'll just piece these together as an intro maybe. Yeah, I usually don't video going up because it's hard to talk because I'm a little bit out of breath sometimes, like now. But maybe that's a good thing. Probably I talk too much. Although I do try to be entertaining, that's for sure. But it's hard to resist because look at the light. It's almost a cloudless day. I was gonna say, Kitwa Nanao Maleo. Kitwa Nanao Maleo. I think the winter is maybe here. Kitwa Ajak Nanao Maleo. I think maybe the winter is here. One day today. Rained the other day, but this morning it was 15 degrees. And that's definitely getting into winter temperatures. Ooh, holy. That's a big sound. Anyway, I'll probably check in when I start doing water. I'll talk about the weather. Oh my god, I'm back again. This for sure is like the magic hour. Oh, well, it's such steep country here. What is it? I don't know what time it is. Maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock. But, you know, the sun creeps over the edges of the mountains quite late generally. Although now, with the winter coming, solstice almost here, the sun is more over the house now, not north. So that's actually making things brighter, ironically. Even though the days are shorter, the days become brighter. Because where I do my work, eating and making instruments and all that, on that deck, it faces sort of south-ish. And so, in the summer, the sun's usually behind me. Yeah. Anyway, gorgeous. Sometimes there's, oh, I forgot. Oh shoot, the mic's sitting in the ground, it's all wet. Okay, I'm back again. Sometimes it's kind of silty, this water, but today there's a fair bit of what I would call sand. Okay, yeah, and bits of leaf too, that's alright. Yeah. Oh, I just had this imagining that there's a man building a homestay over here, just at the start of the trail. It's all good and everything. It's gonna have a cafe, but then in my head while I was walking up, I imagined that, oh, he's gonna build a road into this bit of the valley. Oh, it made me really angry. Why would I get angry? It's not happening. But people like to do that, right? People like to go, what can I do now to wreck things, you know? Anyway, hopefully that won't happen. There's some going to mention the guy who owns a house next door who's building this homestay, that he wants to build a homestay on his property, which is next door to where I'm living, and have it right across from the house, right? And you know what people do, right? They just leave the lights on all night, like floodlights and stuff, because everyone's afraid of the dark. Anyway, whatever, fine. I left my Chechen sniper rifle, otherwise known as my 22 LR, back in Canada. So, otherwise I'd shoot the lights out. No, I wouldn't. Don't send the police after me. I wouldn't do that. But it sure would be fun. Boom, boom, boom. No more lights. Peace. Anyway, hopefully they won't do that. I won't go into the reasons why that might not happen, but I'm thanking Piad and Gung for that. Well, they love this place, eh? They don't live up here, but they love it. And I know that they know that I love it. So that's all that matters. Oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, look at the boots I wore today. These are my handmade boots. And it's a little damp. Oh, right. It's a little damp, but I love these boots so much. And they're so comfortable, and I made them, and etc. There's leaf bits. Yeah, the weather. Holy Jesus. It's just like winter time. And I love winter up here. A lot of people find it a bit chilly. Oh, a lot of leaf bits. I might have to filter that when I dump it. Anyway, what the hell? I thought I put more in there. Oh well. Yeah, so anyway, it was 15 degrees this morning, which for my Thai friends are going, wow, that's so chilly. You know, I had my down vest on and everything. It's awesome. I love it. But in the winter, it can get, it's gone, the lowest it's gone to since I've been here is 5. But Piad has said it's gone down to like 1 or 2. That was quite a while ago though, I think. Times have changed. But anyway, great. Oh, this weather is so beautiful. And you know, it's sort of mid-September-ish. So I'm wondering, oh, if this is the end of the rainy season, that's quite early. And anomalies always make me wonder, right? But also the rainy season started early this year, so maybe it's just normal. Anyway. Oh, I'm back again. I changed my costume. One more of an alteration. Anyway, I was getting hot with the hair on my face. Yeah, so it's awesome. Really nice weather. And I brought my umbrella today, but there's no way it's going to rain. I can see one cloud, right? I mean, it might rain later. You never know, but not in the next hour or two. That's for sure. Yeah. What's the latest? What's in the news? Well, there's another hurricane. Poor Dominica, no? They might just crawl back into the ocean. Apparently it's the youngest island of the Caribbean. Yeah. So everything is good up here, I'd say. I'm still working on guitar bits and things. Still haven't figured out how to get the guitar stuff here, but it's an ongoing project, so something will no doubt happen. But I'm pretty excited. Right now I'm working on like a tool to cut a rosette as well as the sound hole, and a tool to cut the binding channel in the guitar, and perfing channels if I want to do that. Oh, I want to mention that. Yeah, because the binding thing probably cost me 60, this is all US dollars too, like $50, $60, 60 probably, with the extra blades and stuff. And then the circle cutter is like 80 something. Anyway, so part of this is really just to save money, but of course there's always a great pride in making your own tools, right? I mean, that's such a great thing. Yeah, so I've been doing that. I should be finished that today. I'll do that when I get home. I found a source for denatured alcohol, because I've been using methyl alcohol for my, oh, I should do a video on the French polishing. I'm doing some French polishing on one of the shamisen. It's so beautiful. It's so shiny and makes the grain look very deep. So I thought I'd do one shamisen with it. You'd think you do it all the time, and maybe I'll do it partially all the time. But one thing, usually with the shamisen, I make them with really hard wood, right? Like there's no soft wood on the neck. Although, like Kyle Abbott's been doing stuff with that or having things made, and it's really beautiful too, and something to do down the road. But using a soft wood on the neck, like a maple or something, I gotta point this out. You really have to varnish it especially in this climate. But my dang and my bradu are so hard and dense that I just oil them with a camellia oil, and it makes it beautiful. Like sometimes shamisen players put a knitted thing in between their here, and it helps to movement because the neck's quite long and they do a lot of fast movement. But with those, I don't think you need it. I don't need it, but I'm pretty dry. I'm not that sweaty. Yeah, but I wanted to say, it's so great. Man, I feel like I said this already in another video. It doesn't matter. But when I went with Gung to get the plywood and MDF to make all my bits, we were talking, the woman at the shop was showing us some cocoa wood, which I've been using for pegs actually. It's really good, as a possible softwood to use for guitar tops in place of spruce. I think that it's going to be much too hard, but you never know. I'll try it at some point. At first I'm definitely going to use kind of tried and true wood, so I have something to base everything against, just to make sure I'm making them well and everything, But yeah, anyway, and they have my dang, and they can cut it in like 2-inch into 3 layers and then plane it. So I might be able to get really beautiful backs and sides. Would be awesome, I think. Anyway, that's beside the point. We were walking around and coming back from the cocoa wood back to the office area. I don't know how we got on the topic of maple, but we got on the topic of maple. And I was saying, oh yeah, maple. In Canada they use maple a lot for things, because it grows there, right? Southern Canada. Southeast Canada. And she goes, oh, that's quite a softwood, isn't it? I like we have maples called rock maple and hard maple, sugar maple. And I said, well, I guess relatively speaking, it is soft compared to my dang or my bradu, or a multitude of other woods here. But I said, well, it's kind of one of the hardest woods you can get in Canada. But that was really funny. I mean, it's really great, but it's indicative, right, of what people think of. Anyway, whatever. People's perceptions depend on place, is what it comes down to, I guess. So, anyway, it's quite fun and beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to go back there at some point and get some wood for backs and sides, and I'll experiment at some point. But I would say that I'll betcha, even without trying out the other stuff, I could make a guitar out of my dang or my bradu, and that would be really beautiful. But anyway, my first flamencos I want to do are net blancas, which use a pretty soft wood. I'm using this. I'm wanting to order. There's only 2 pieces left, so if I don't manage to order it soon, that'll be it. So I'll have to make other decisions. But it's kind of a cypress cedar type wood from Peru, I think. And they said at the shop online, it's this source is sort of, they do all their wood sourcing with an environmental mindset. Do you know what I mean? It's not all clear cut and all that. Although I don't know the specifics, but that's good to know. Anyway, maybe I'll step off for a sec. Rolling. We're rolling. Test, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I wonder. Oh. Damn. Oh. I forgot what I was going to say. I'll stop it and come back. Oh yeah. Usually at this time of year I'm going crazy from the moisture and rain and humidity and all that stuff. Like smelling mold in my bed and stuff. Do you know what I mean? That musty smell? Anyway, whatever. But this year, it feels like there isn't as much. I think there's not as much rain this year somehow. But what do I know? I've only been here for 3 years. Only my 3rd rainy season. But yeah, one thing I do know is by the last 2 sessions, by now I'd be like, going crazy. Loving it, always. But a little bit like, oh God, when the winter's going to come. But so far it's okay. Although sometimes sometimes the hardest time is after the rainy season, but when it's starting to get cold. Do you know what I mean? Like November, October, end of October, November, December. It's not raining, which is lovely, but the woods are still totally saturated with water, right? So, and because it's cold, the dampness continues because it just doesn't dry out. But we'll see what happens this year. We'll see. And the other thing, maybe I'm just used to it now. Maybe it's just, you know what I mean? How you get kind of used to a thing and then it's no longer an issue. Which comes down to the comfort thing. It's better to be always a little bit uncomfortable in your living arrangement. I mean, you don't want to be like too much of the heavy deprivations, like going hungry and stuff and freezing cold or whatever. But a little bit of not full-on comfort is definitely a good way to go, because then if it gets less comfortable, it's not a big issue. But if you go from high comfort to not much comfort, even for someone that likes discomfort like myself, it can be difficult. Anyway, whatever, it's neither here nor there. Because I have a place to stay and it's totally comfortable for me and nicely rustic for visitors. Okay, I'm definitely gonna cut now. Maybe the next time I'll be walking down. Oh yeah, we're back at it. Okay, I guess, what do you guys want to see? Oh, how about we switch it? How about we start with that beautiful flower? Probably can't focus on it properly. Okay. Well, I had a problem with my iPhone storage thing. So I don't know how much of those other videos are there, so maybe I'll redo the Arctic sea ice. So yeah, so the Arctic sea ice has probably reached its minimum right now, which is normal for mid September-ish, and it's not the lowest it's been in area. It's something like 8th lowest or something. Anyway, I suspect they've been saying all along this summer that the volume is lower than ever, right? And in some ways, perhaps volume is the most important. Well, let's rephrase that. I would think volume is equally as important an aspect of how to judge how things are going. Oh, slippy and wet. Yeah. But area is important too because, the whole albedo effect. You know what I mean? So, which is the reflection of the sun off the Arctic sea ice, which does a lot of climate control. I do understand. So, however, the amount of multi-year sea ice, i.e. the thick shit, the thick stuff, is very minimal now. You know? Just up along the edge of the Canadian Arctic archipelago. I think you can say it both ways. Anyway, yeah, so that's fascinating as usual. We'll see what happens this winter. See what happens in the Arctic. Maybe we'll have a year where it's quite cold in the Arctic, and that'll help to build the ice back up, you know? Which, that would be great. I mean, part of me just wants... There's a part of me that just wants, oh, let's just get this done, you know? Let's just get this in motion. But I'm just a measly human, right? The space of a year is nothing from the Earth standpoint, I would say. So, must be, you know, live in the moment. It's the Buddhist way. Right. Should I switch it? Are you trying to look at me? I am. Yeah, when the day's like this and the light is so gorgeous, forget the humans, just look at the trees. There's the good old wild banana trees I pass every week. I've been trying to figure out stuff with the guitar making. Do you know what I mean? So I do like a visualization thing where I can imagine it all going together. That doesn't mean it'll be without challenges. I'm not saying that at all, but I pretty much have a full concept, visual, conceptual, whatever, of how the whole process works. Then there'll be a lot of sweat and multiple measuring before I actually cut, you know, especially at first. At one point I stopped and went, oh, what was I gonna say? But I better say it before I forget again. I was gonna say, okay, this is guitar shit, and probably, unless you're into guitars, and maybe even if you're not even into playing them, maybe if you're just into the details, but I've been pondering the whole idea of purfling and binding. I've been pondering it because I've been making these tools, right? Although, to be honest, I was pondering it before making the tool. But anyway, to me, like, you know, I've made lots of instrument necks of different kinds, and doing all that, oh yeah, that's not an issue. It's also cedar. It's going to be super easy to work. Maybe too easy. Anyway, I was going to say, I've been thinking, these blancas, the flamenco blancas, which are light colored, right? Like woods on the back and sides. Really traditional. I've been thinking about binding, and in my head, the binding, I've never done that kind of work on an instrument. The shamisen, you don't really do that sort of detail thing. So the binding is like the little channel that goes along the edge of the top and the back, right? And you do that, it's kind of decorative, but it also has a function to keep the edges of the guitar sealed from moisture and other things, you know what I mean? Because that's end grain, it can absorb stuff. But, you know, I was thinking, at first I was going to go with like a red bloodwood type of thing, but then I decided, no, I'm going to go all like black and white. Like, I'm going to get ebony binding with the light colored, light brown back and sides, and of course the spruce is light. And then I was thinking, well, what about the purfling? Maybe it's black and white. And the purfling is a really thin stuff that goes next to the binding. Mostly decorative, but I'm sure there's people saying there's a acoustic function somehow. But no, I'm thinking, no purfling. And on these ones anyway. I'm going to order it just in case I change my mind, but because it's really cheap. But I'm thinking, and not hard to do. It's not really hard to put in, I would say. If you can do the binding, whatever. I think very clean lines is what I want to go with. And part of that is because, like, the guitar I got a cheap flamenco in quotes guitar. It's quite good actually. It doesn't really sound much like a traditional flamenco guitar, but it's totally serviceable. It sounds nice and everything. But it also has purfling and all that stuff. So it's quite nice, like rosewood binding, and the fingerboard where the frets are is bound as well. But I'm thinking, no, I'm gonna go super clean, super simple. Just the binding, white, black, white, no purfling. And the fretboard, just no binding on the edge. With the binding on the edge of the fretboard, you don't see the edge of the fret, right? You don't see the word string. But no, I want that. I want that kind of really clean, elemental aspect. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I was gonna wait to get to the open area, which I love to film through there, video through there. But look at this. I wonder if I can catch this gorgeous light through these banana leaves. Look at that. Oh, yes. Yellow banana leaves. Oh, yeah. Look at that sky. Holy. Well, I might as well just keep videoing because it's pretty close to where it opens up. I have to be a little careful here. It's slippery and flowing with water. Generally, I don't like to get my boots wet because then it takes forever to dry them. But I seem to be doing okay. Oh, look at, you can see the sun reflected, the sky reflected. Okay, I'm gonna step over here. Whoosh! Oh. One thing you gotta be really careful. Just over here, it looks all like trees and stuff. Let's try stepping on that and see what happens. Pew! Down you go. I'll try to find an edge so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, here we go. Like, you know, step out there a few steps and down you go. You just keep rolling and rolling. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'll just video through here, and well, this is a good video. Nothing too profound. Just forget the profound crap. That's bullshit. It's just the daily beauty of life, hey? Oh, damn it. I had to stumble on that. Right? Oh. Well, that's interesting. What the heck? Speaking of profound, there's a hole there. And then, look at the dirt here. The hole here. The dirt here. And then there's something. What the heck? It almost looks like a boot print, but it's pretty big. Like I have feet like giants here. Well, maybe it was an animal digging for bugs or roots or something. That could be it. Oh yeah, so anyway, here I was thinking I could get through a whole one of these water walks without saying something deep and profound and full of eternal wisdom. But I screwed it up when I said whatever the hell I just said about living. Well, I guess it's true, isn't it? Well, look, when you live here, for me, I don't know, how can you not? I don't know what to say. I don't want. It's too easy to be judgy with this kind of stuff, right? But walk in the woods, carry your water. Like, I recommend it. I'd be lying if I didn't say that. Anyway, it's like becoming on a 2-year. Wait a minute. well, not quite 2 years I've been doing this. Maybe a year and a half, year and 3/4 I've been walking to get water. Well, you know, let's, come on. Okay, there's some blue sky. Blue sky, all I need. Nothing but blue sky. That's all I need. Yeah, yeah. Let's do some walking. Make sure I get my left side, eh? It's my good side. It's all about image. It's all about the image I'm projecting to the world. I mean, I said to my friend Su Chang, I said, well, you know, I really just do these videos for you. You're the only one that watches everyone. Well, that's great. I have one person. Other people do watch them though, especially if I tag them. So that's good. Maybe I'll tag Robin. She said that it's like I'm with you. And that's a lovely thought. Too bad. Well, and not too bad, but be nice if she was with me to go walking for water. I've only taken a couple people up here. Cecilia came. And Cecilia is a wise and wonderful human being. And she totally got what it's all about. Which wasn't a surprise. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm getting not exactly near the road, but I'm getting close enough that maybe it's time to sign off. Hope everyone's doing great. No advice, just anyway, whatever. I signed up. Whatever, live well, go well, and cheers.